How's it going, everybody? Dylan Johnson here. Welcome to another workout of the day. Now today we're going to do things a little bit different. I'm going to actually have the workout playing in the background while I talk to you guys a little bit about what my training style and what my programming is going to be over the next 16, 18, maybe 20 or so weeks while I'm kind of dieting down. Now for this, I'm going to be basing my programming off of something that I haven't done before. Not exactly, I've done something similar, but what I'm going to be doing is a DUP or DUP based programming split, meaning daily undulating periodization. So with this, essentially the way it works is you take your main compound movements, in my case it's going to be squat, bench press, deadlift, and overhead press, and then you're going to be training them 2 to 3 times a week. In my case, again, it'll be 3 times a week, and you're going to be alternating the weight and the rep scheme that you train each of those movements every single day. So for example, you'll have 3 different types of training. You'll have a strength-based, hypertrophy-based, and a power-based. So for the strength-based, you'll be doing very high weight. So then for hypertrophy, you're basically going to flip that. You're going to be doing low weight for fairly high reps. And then finally for the power-based day, it's going to be right in the center. You're going to do moderate weight for a moderate amount of reps. So for example, the way you would lay it out is on day 1, you would do a strength-based squat, a power-based bench press, and then a hypertrophy-based deadlift and overhead press. Then on day 2, so instead of doing strength, you do a power-based squat, a hypertrophy-based bench press, and then a strength-based deadlift and overhead press. Then for the final day, you would do a hypertrophy-based squat, a strength-based bench press, and then a power-based deadlift and overhead press. So essentially, every single day, you are training the exact same movement, but you're alternating or undulating the manner in which you're training that movement and those muscle groups. So this type of training is similar to linear periodization in that every single week you're going to be increasing your total workload or volume by adding more weight to the movements or increasing the amount of reps or the volume that you're performing. However, where something like linear periodization tends to fall short is you can only add on so much weight every single week. Once you've added on so much, you tend to hit a plateau pretty quickly, versus the daily undulating periodization has actually had several studies based behind it to where, because you're continuously fluctuating how you're training the muscles, it allows you to basically go for a longer period of time with continual progression before you hit those plateaus. So it's basically just something that I'm going to be trying out. Now, usually this type of training would be used for more of a powerlifting style of training or kind of a powerlifting prep. But for me, because I am more of a bodybuilding style training, I like to do more physique stuff. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be incorporating a push-pull leg split amongst these 3 compound movement days. So I know exactly what you're saying. You guys are thinking that that's a lot of volume. You're going to be doing 6 training days a week, doing a push-pull leg split, and hitting these 4 heavy compound movements 3 days a week. So yes, that is a lot of volume, and there is the potential for overtraining. However, to ensure that I'm training as safely as possible, I'm going to be using what's called an RPE scale, or rate of perceived exertion, in order to determine where my intensity for every single movement is, as well as auto-regulating my weight and my reps for every single day or every single workout. Meaning for the RPE scale, I'm going to be staying pretty much around between a 6 to an 8 RPE for pretty much all of my movements. And if you guys don't know what an RPE scale is, if you think of a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being your 1 rep max, 1 being you could basically take the weight and do, 1 is walking around with nothing. This is, my hands right now are 1. I could do this all day. Realistically, there is no 1. But say a 9 would be 1 rep shy of failure. So if your goal was to hit 10 reps and after that 10th rep you felt like you could do 1 more, that would be an RPE 9. 8, it feels like you could do 2 more. If you were to go above that, an 11 would basically be training past your failing point. So assisted movements, working negatives, things like that. Now with this, the biggest key to ensuring that I don't overtrain and I don't tax my nervous system and my body too much is ensuring that I'm staying away from hitting failure on basically every single movement that I'll be performing. So that means ensuring that I'm basically keeping the weights fairly moderate to light, but I'm keeping enough volume in order to stimulate the muscles properly. So it's going to be a little bit of tweaking, dialing, and playing around with the numbers, the reps, the sets, the schemes, everything for this first couple of weeks. And then I'm just going to slowly start dialing it in as I go and kind of developing this program in order to ideally incorporate the best of both worlds. You've got your power and strength-based movements, and then you've got a lot of volume for your hypertrophy stuff. So that's ideally what it's gonna be. With this, like I said, I haven't done anything like this before, so I'm going to be designing the program as I go. So once I have everything really dialed in to the point that I enjoy it and that I like it, I'll end up doing a detailed video going through exactly what I'm doing, why I'm doing everything, and so on and so forth. But for right now, I'm just gonna kind of walk you guys through the workouts and kind of my thought process behind a lot of this. And again, just kind of showing you guys what I'm doing. And what I'm planning to do is to create a spreadsheet to which you can calculate or input your 1 rep max. And then from there, it's gonna go through and calculate everything that you need to do for a 6 to 8, even 12-week period. So it'll be a full incorporated program, and it'll also have auto regulation built into it based on whether or not you hit your programmed weight and rep scheme for the previous week. So for example, if I didn't hit my squats, I was supposed to hit 225 for 5 sets of 6 reps, and I didn't hit that one week, and then I can input something on the next week, and what it'll actually do is it'll decrease my load so that I'm able to hit those numbers properly. And then the next week, again, it'll ask if I hit those numbers, which if I did, it'll start to add on a little bit of weight or change my rep scheme based on that. So again, we're getting that continual progression and that overload from week to week. But if for some reason we don't get that and we fail, then it'll start to cycle it back, auto-regulate it, so that ideally we're able to continuously progress on a weekly basis. Now, like I said, with this, it's going to be a little bit of time as I dial things in, but overall, I'm looking forward to it. This is a type of training style which I've done a little bit of in the past, but overall, that's kind of my plans. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below in the comments. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more videos like this all the time. Hope you guys have learned something. Hope you guys have taken something away. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.